Hi, welcome back to Live with Daniel Aaron Sullivan, featuring special guest Demetrius Guyton. He's an author and an inspirational speaker. I'm excited to have him on to tell you his story, his testimony of survival, of healing, of deliverance, and forgiveness. You know, the grace and mercy of God. He had a traumatic event happen to him when he was a child, and I'm excited for you all to meet him. Let me go ahead and invite him on, and then so that way we can get started. So I'm only going to be with you shortly, but yes, I want to bring him on and let him really tell his story. It's going to be amazing. If you can, please like and share this video for me. That way we can reach as many people as possible. We want to have an impact on society as a whole and the culture as a whole. Let's invade the media. Let's invade literature. Let's invade the arts. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this word out here. So, yeah, let me go ahead and tag him in the video. If you can, please tag some of your friends and let them know that we are live and that we're going to have Demetrius on to tell his story. So I tagged Demetrius in the comments. So hopefully he gets the notification and he joins in on the live. So we're just waiting on him to hop on now. How's everybody been doing? It's been an interesting day. Been working, out doing my thing, trying to make it happen for the family. Spent a little time with God. He confirmed a few things for me today. I had to make some major decisions in my life. Kind of really have my mind centered and focused and basically eliminate all distractions. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm excited about what God's doing and the people He's allowing me to meet, the doors He's opening. But more of that, I'm just excited to have God in my life, have, personal relationship with Jesus and, just be able to communicate, the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, I'm excited, man, to have Bro in here. He got an amazing story. Cool. So go ahead and send a request, man. Go ahead and send a request, please. So go ahead and do it now, and I'll go ahead and bring you on. I'm not gonna touch nothing until you. Until I see that red button pop up. There we go. There you go, bro. What's up, man?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm doing good. We're gonna have some trouble, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it though.
It's
You doing
all
all
good.
right?
We made it. Just in time too, man.
Yeah.
So God knows what he's doing. It's gonna reach
Yeah.
us to reach when it's supposed to reach him. You feel me?
Yeah.
So tell everybody a little bit more about yourself, man. Well, first of all, how'd you meet Aisha? That's my homie, man. We've been friends like 10 years.
um, I met her, my daughter many years ago had liver cancer at Children's Hospital. And
Mm,
and Aisha was security guard there. We crossed paths through that.
gotcha. I bet she prayed for it.
Huh?
I said Aisha prayed for her?
Oh yeah,
I
you know
already know
that.
big man. She only playing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good, bro. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm from Jasper, Alabama. I'm currently
Okay.
37 years old.
Hmm.
Man, I come through, excuse me, I come through hell's side door and I got the voucher to show it, man. I'm just grateful to be alive to tell my story, to help somebody else, overcome
Right.
any battles of low self-esteem, depression, and,
Hmm.
things that come from not feeling good enough and, feeling purposeless and hopeless. I grew up, with all that, trying to be accepted and trying to
Right.
find my place to fit in life, being very angry at God because I didn't understand His plan, His purpose. Because if you love me so much the way, you exhibit, then why I have to walk around with a scar on my face
Right.
and from the hands of my own mother that tried to kill me?
Hmm.
So for 25,000, the insurance policy. So I walked around very, very defeated, very angry, very resentful for
Right.
years. But God, through His sovereignty, He sat me down. And He literally isolated me to elevate me in my way of thinking. And
Right.
I ain't never been the same, man. Never.
It's the same, man. I went through a lot of definitely didn't fit in. You know what I'm saying? Where I came
Yeah,
from, I didn't look like everybody else.
yeah,
That was my thing.
yeah.
I mean, I got like an identity crisis being mixed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, am I a white dude or am I a black dude? So
Yeah,
it's like I didn't know what to do. Then I had my dad and my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? My
uh,
dad wasn't there. My stepdad was there, but I ain't gonna dishonor nobody. But
uh,
not knowing who I was. You know what I'm saying? Is this my daddy? Is this my daddy? You know,
yeah.
we moved
Wow,
around with 6 elementary schools.
wow,
6. Like I
wow,
never was able to settle, never was able to have long-term
wow. That's
friendships.
crazy.
It was a lot, man. I went through a lot at a younger age. So, but I'm learning slowly but surely that no matter where you at, you just stay solid. You know, stay true to yourself.
Solid, man. Stay
Yeah,
solid.
stay solid. Just be who God called you to be. That's it. It don't matter where you at, who you around, what they approve of, or they don't.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be who you are
right.
if it wasn't for God making you that person. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And
That's right.
allowing you to go through what you went through. So, you know, I definitely can relate to that, man. I'm still learning more and more about myself every day, though.
Yeah, we always
But
are.
yeah,
Forever.
and it's dope, and a lot of it is associated with the people who we don't necessarily care for. A lot of the great traits about us came from the negative people who was our family members. So it's like
Yeah,
if we
right.
can't forgive them, we're not able to see God in that person.
Yeah, right.
So it's like it's interesting, man. Legacy and all that good stuff. But tell us a little more. Where's your story begin? Like far back as you can remember. Like
Okay.
tell
My
us about, man. Like what you had to overcome.
my grandmother, my father's mother, she raised me, and
Mm-hmm.
she told me when I was around the age of 10, she felt like she was ready for me to hear the truth. I had
Right.
grew up in foster homes and been in and out of juvenile detentions and all that stuff, just back and forth. Um, but she told me, she said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the story."
Mm-hmm.
And she said that one night your parents they dropped you off with me, and I babysit you. And she said that I just started to vomit very hard. And she called my parents and said, "Hey, come get Demetrius, rush him to the emergency room because he's not feeling well. He's throwing up very strongly." And that was when my father and my mom came and got me, took me to the hospital, and it was already premeditated, Daniel, because um, when I wrote my book, I had to go back home and do my research and putting it all together. My mom, she actually at the time worked at the local swimming pool. And if you know
Oh
anything about hydrochloric
man.
acid, yeah, if you know anything about hydrochloric acid, that's what they use to clean the swimming pools up with.
It's like bleach,
So
man. Like, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
the
it's a
worst,
very
way
strong.
stronger. Yeah,
It's like floor cleaner, floor
right.
stripper, that type of stuff. And so she actually, man, had agreed with my father to put that together, put that plan together to try to kill me to collect the insurance money. So what happened was, um, they came and got me. My father dropped my mom and myself off at the hospital and said that the nurses and the doctors had gave me the wrong medicine to try to cash in on the insurance policy. But afterwards, the nurses had actually came. That's when my mom had put the mixture of castor oil and hydrochloric acid in my bottle of milk and fed it to me. And I swallowed it, threw it up, and this is a result of it. I've
Man,
had,
right. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if they can get a good look, but I was told that I had 56 surgeries just on my face alone, a lot of skin grafts, multiple surgeries. You see, I can't smell, never been able to smell a day in my life. All that's a result of that.
right.
And man, yeah, man. So that's where I come from. Growing up very angry, very mad, just not understanding.
Not
And
love, man. Like,
no love, being alienated, ostracized, judged, bullied, teased. I've been through all of it. Every
yeah,
classically every classical ugly name you can call somebody, I've heard it. I've heard it, man. You know, I was the outcast. I was the one that was in the corner, you know, with the pus on front of my eyes from so much tears and so many tears. And I think you probably can see the tear stains now on my
Right.
cheeks, you know, from years ago. But, you know, I'm just grateful to be here, man, to get through all that because
Hmm.
it made me who I am today. It's got me at a very humble place. I love people and I love to tell my story because I realize now that what happened with me then was God's plan to get me to where I am now. And what we go through is not about us. It's us go through it. We're going through it, but it's about so many other people that has to be
You
impacted
gotta
through.
develop that empathy. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta feel it in order
Yeah,
to understand where somebody coming from when they tell you what they've been through. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah, like I ain't been through stuff to that extreme, but definitely was. I've been, picked a bully. You know what I'm saying? Been
yeah.
jumped. Every time I went to a new school, I had to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I went to a lot of schools. So it was like I always had to prove myself to everywhere I went, man. I never was able to just make friends and just chill. I was like I always had to defend myself.
Yeah,
I always felt
that's
like I was,
crazy.
yeah, people just always targeted me.
Yeah,
But I was naturally aggressive anyway, so it really wasn't no problem for me because it's like, honestly, my stepdad was a pretty abusive guy. So he had already trained me mentally, like, they say something, you just go to swinging. No
yeah.
conversation for that.
I know exactly
But
what that
I
is.
had to unlearn all of that because that's
Yeah,
not what the Bible say do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it caused me a lot more trouble than I had to go through.
Yeah,
Like I come to realize a lot of those fights were my fault because I was already in defense mode.
yeah, yeah. I was
Like,
like that too, you know. I was like that too, man. My father, I'm gonna tell you something else. My father, he went to prison when I was around 3 in California, got out. And you know I was around 11 or 12 when he got out, and so
mhm,
his reimbursement of his absence in my life was saying, hey, I'm going to give you the same thing that they gave me when I was in prison, and that's
right,
an initiation to the game. Man, I'm 11 and 12. I don't know nothing about no game. I just
right,
wanted to be with my dad, my father.
right. That's it. You just wanted to kick
You
it.
know,
Exactly.
yeah, I just wanted to be like him. So he's like, look, you're gonna be a gangster. And I'm like, what is a gangster? He said, don't worry about it, I'll show you.
Hmm.
So, I mean, he actually took me through the real raw rituals of what they go through. I don't know what they're doing now. They just playing games and they don't really understand it for real.
There's
But
real covenant involved back then. Yeah.
yeah, real covenant, man. And I mean, my own father, he beat me to the bandana, man. So he saw me as just, you know, a flunky, not his own child. So he was like, you want to be like me? Do what I'm doing. And because of my appearance and because of my low self-esteem and so desperate to be accepted and loved and appreciated my
Yeah, you
entirety,
fight for that validation. Right.
yeah,
I hate that,
yeah,
man.
I'm thinking, wow, dad saying I'm a gangster, whatever a gangster is, I'm gonna figure it out along the way. But my dad, he validated me, this is who I am. And it took me on a terrible trip, man, trip of life, where like you were saying, man, I just take off because a person looking at me, you know. But when you hate yourself, you hate people.
It's
When you
true.
love yourself, you love people. And
Yep.
most of those people just looking at me in awe. And those people looking at me up on my face in awe. I didn't know then, I know now. Like, wow, whatever he been through, God is amazing.
Right.
And that was the devil's strength. He kept me blind from the glory of God and had me focusing on myself and what I looked like and what I had to go through. So I just started just terrorizing people, man, for no
Yep.
reason, because of how I felt about myself.
It's true. Same story, bro. Like literally.
Now my love is crazy for people, man. I go all out the way to make sure I just exhibit this love because I feel like I owe God and humanity, you know,
Like it's the
unconditional
same.
love.
Hmm. I mean, Jesus was the perfect example of that, man. It's like that's all we can do is just follow that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To the best of our ability. I know we have our emotional moments where you kind of like I go into my car, I shut down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. I had moments where I don't want to be around folks, but that's where I
yeah,
spend my time with God. So I don't go into a dark place when I'm alone. I actually go into that place and come out stronger.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's an
I believe
amazing place of
he
discovery.
forces us. not even forces us. He allows us to go through situations.
Yeah.
Then we ultimately put all of our trust in Him.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it's about at the end of the day. He's letting us know for a fact, don't nobody love us like He does.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
and that just is what it is. It ain't nothing more to it than that. To me, that's the
Yeah.
ultimate lesson I learned. That don't nobody love me like Jesus. Not even my own mom. Not even my
I'm,
own wife. Not even my
I'm,
own
t-
children.
I'm telling you.
He's not a
That's
man, a human being that He should lie. He's not going to change. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because that's just how it is, man. That's like everybody ain't like that, but humanity as a whole, generally,
Yeah.
it's pretty rough off.
Well, see, that's why
And
you
I've
can't
learned that
judge.
we all,
Why you,
and I'm included in that. Like I definitely got my issues. You know what I'm saying? From the
yeah.
trauma in the past and all that stuff.
Well, see, that's
I
why you
still got
can't
some
judge people.
triggers.
That's why you can't judge people by how you meet them. Because, you
Right.
both are crossing paths. You both are headed to a destination. And that's what's wrong now, man. A lot of people, they be so caught up on the outside and don't really get to know a person and
Right.
fail to realize that as you crossing paths with that person, they got what you need and you got what they need. You just got to figure out why you was allowed to cross paths with that person.
Mhm.
You know? You sharpen each other.
Right.
So,
That's really why I wanted to bring you on. You know, I'm so used to being the guy to encourage everybody.
yeah.
I just really felt like you had something to say that could really be a blessing. Just me personally, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was
I,
like, it just like
yeah.
somebody went through it just a little bit worse than I did. It made me like, like I can't even trip for real. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Man, God,
ooh,
hey, man, my thing is, what I say to you, I tell it to everybody when I have a privilege to
yeah.
travel. It's just to choose to forgive, just to
Mhm.
forgive, man, and, just go deep within and see that our journey and the pain of our life was never wasted. It had a purpose for it, and it still does. It owes us. Once you learn the power of forgiveness and the integrity of it, then you can actually forgive the enemy, pardon the offender. You can actually see people the way God sees them. Because
Right.
believe it or not, Daniel, you know, as mad as we are with people that hurt us, He died for them, and He loves them, and He has a plan for their
Oh
life too.
yeah, 100%.
They going on. You feel me? They going on with their life. We holding on to
They ain't
our
worried
zip
about that. Exactly.
at all. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is I have to just go in and tell people to really just search their heart, and really just let forgiveness begin a process. It's not going to happen overnight.
Mhm.
And truthfully, it's a lifelong process, but we get better and better and better by the day.
Right.
You know, and as we on that journey to wholeness and forgiveness, real forgiveness, start, and then too, Daniel, what happens is when you're on that journey, um, you find, like you were saying earlier, you find yourself being alone a lot,
Hmm.
and and what God does is He uses that isolation to really great awareness about your self-discovery. You know,
Right. That's why in that quiet place, man. That's all the ideas and the creativity and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what purpose is formed. It's like He starts to show me, like the good parts of me that I didn't see.
yeah,
Say when I'm alone with God, God don't really. I do a lot of criticism on myself. I overanalyze myself a lot,
uh,
and a lot of times when I'm with God, He don't even talk about that stuff, man. Honestly, He tell you He love me, and this is what He got me.
yeah,
This is what He got me to do. He just want me to be obedient. He want me to trust Him and love Him and be obedient
yeah.
and understand that He got it. He got it completely under control.
Of course He got it. Power is
Completely.
not intimidating, not
You know,
fearful.
I naturally was a solutionist. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to fix all the problems everywhere. But a lot of times He put me in situations that are beyond my control. I have no
Yeah,
control of. Like no matter what I do, I don't have what it takes to fix that situation. So I had to literally learn to just truly, 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 truly submit and surrender to God and His plan.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so
And then look, check this out. Like you can't get people to understand that because your journey is your journey, and theirs is
Mhm.
theirs. And people are gonna answer you out of the scope of their own perception, and out the lens of where they come from.
Right.
And so that's when that aloneness come in because you have to steal away and learn more about yourself and see if you're willing to try to understand people on another level.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, everybody has had their own history. Everybody got their own journey. And when you try to bring something fresh and revelational to somebody or to a body of people that just either don't want to change or don't understand it, that's when you be like, you know what, you know, uh, God, what are you doing? But really, he be using. You
Uh,
think that really what you thinking is you thinking you're supposed to be a blessing. He puts us in those situations to sharpen us, to open our eyes, to bigger and better, and to also make us ready, Daniel, for the blessing that he has for us. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times our blessing is saying, "Hey, here I am, right here." It's waving, it's jumping, it's happy, it's lollygagging, excited to connect with you. But
hmm
when we refuse to let it go, they're just waiting. It's there, it's on reserve, it's in store, waiting on us. But
Right.
God, through His love, Daniel, and that's what's so amazing to me. Like He waits on us, He understands us, He's patient.
hmm
So He's like, all right, I got you. When people don't even understand you, I love you with the evidence. People can hate, with the.
That's how I go, man.
So that's what makes it so beautiful with me. That's why I love him the way I do because in my imperfections and on this journey, love still brings me to a place of humility and gratitude and greater compassion for people. So
That's
when
it,
you
man.
think about it, you look at it and really understand what Jesus went through for us, man. What people have done to us ain't nothing. They just pushed us closer to our destiny.
That's right.
That's it.
But the thing is, his love is so strong. It's like it don't even compare. Like
No,
the bad stuff can't even compare to the love of God.
right,
Like I'm
right.
learning that. It's like that's nothing compared to what the love that my father had for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the love of God, it just supersedes all that. I'm literally like when I just think about it, he don't even got to be doing nothing at the moment. Just a thought of the
yeah.
love of God. That stuff is like nothing. It's like trash, like for real.
Right,
Like I just can't even explain how
right.
irrelevant it is in the presence of God. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying
'Cause I get messed up when I think about the innocent man died for me.
you
Like
don't
I
understand.
keep
It's
messing
it's
me up. Like wow, thank
mm,
you. I don't know why, but I sure thank you. Thank you for your love. You know, and that's the message we got to share with everybody we encounter. Just
that's it, man.
unconditional love, no judgment. You know, just pay it forward. The same thing he does for us, you pay it forward to other people. And
That's
in
it, man.
time, they'll evolve into where he wants them to be.
hmm Yeah, I'm learning to do that in the moment of not receiving that from other people.
Yeah,
Not waiting and going back and then forgiving them, but to not even be offended at
yeah,
any point.
yeah,
I want to go to that point where it don't even bother me at all. Like I don't even have to go back and process my emotions because the love that was in me didn't allow that negative to even affect the situation. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So that's my that the love of God that just overflows within me that other stuff can't even fit in.
Yeah, man. That's why I am,
That's my
Daniel.
prayer.
That's why
I
I
believe
am,
that.
man. Right there.
I
And
believe it.
I'm gonna stay there till the day I die, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place to be.
Mhm. So I know I have a lot of love for people, but I just definitely he's been put over like the past year or so. I've been through some stuff that I ain't gonna go in detail about, but it's really just been challenging me and forcing me to love even more
Yeah.
beyond comprehension. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some things that I've come to realize, they came to light about some folks that this really wasn't expecting. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
God telling me to love them anyways. Like I was like, no, them. I was like, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
said, because I died. He said exactly what you said. He said, I died for them too.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he told me. I died for them too.
Yeah.
The cross ain't just for me. It ain't just for you. It's for, he said, the enemies.
Yeah.
He died for our enemies too.
Yeah. He got it set up so, man, there ain't no way around it, Daniel. He got to set his love is luxurious. He said, I'll make your enemies your footstool. That means the very person that hurt you, I'm going to turn around and use them to be a blessing to you. Remember
He
Joseph,
said,
the
I'm
story of
use them.
Joseph?
He said, I'll make them to even. He said, I'll make your enemies to be at peace with you. Like it's like
That's
it's the
beautiful,
point
man.
where, because your love gonna be so strong, they ain't gonna have no. He said, let not your
Yeah.
he was spoken of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if we can cross them T's and dot them I like we supposed to, what can the person say? Other than
Right.
that's what they said. You know, when they murdered Jesus, they never found an actual accusation to accuse him of.
At all.
He's like, this man's innocent.
Yeah.
He could have defended himself. He chose not to.
Yeah.
He could have proved his innocence.
Chose not to.
Yeah. So I
Man.
want to go to that point where I'm not even defending myself. Like this is, I'm letting you know, I'm being transparent with you. Like these are
Yeah.
things I'm working on in me, man. This is where I'm growing at. I'm excited, like be going through this process, even though it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like just hearing your story let me know that it probably give me hope that
Yeah.
I could reach that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, be like my big brother right here, man. You know what I'm saying? That that
And I'm
pure love.
honored the way you do it. It's an honor. I appreciate it.
So it's like just really learning to. He said, leave room for God's wrath. You know what God's wrath looks like? It's not even what we
Woo.
think. No, no, no,
Woo.
no, no. His wrath destroys
That
the
word.
kingdom of darkness. You know how he does that? By
Uh,
winning more souls.
oh yeah. Yeah, he go harder. He go harder.
He go harder in a
Yeah.
good way.
Yeah.
Like I took that, like the Muslim faith take that out of context.
Yeah.
And they use it in he said, battle is not against flesh and blood. It's not.
No, it's not, man.
There's things that are going on around us that are influencing people's decisions. A lot of
Yeah.
times people make decisions that ain't even they type of character. And we judge them off of a mistake that they made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like that wasn't even them. They was being influenced by something beyond their own control. Like they at the mercy of God too. They need Jesus too.
Right.
They need a savior too. They
Right.
being tormented too. They
Right.
angry too. They hurt just like we were.
Right.
So it's like he cares about them. You know, I don't have the right to not care about somebody when Jesus cared about me. When I
Yeah.
didn't even care about myself.
My.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't have the privilege to not forgive nobody.
I'm telling you. I was telling you, man.
Uh,
That's how I
I
see it.
wish I had that option, but I don't. Like
We don't.
he confirms that over and over. Like, Daniel, go humble yourself. Apologize. He made me apologize when I ain't wrong sometimes. You know that?
Yeah. I do that too. It comes
God
with it,
did
man.
something like he just do it just for the. He said, to the best of your ability, live at peace with all men.
Yeah.
Do what by any means necessary. Do what it takes to reconcile the situation, even if it don't reconcile. You know, you can live at peace knowing that you love without limits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no restrictions to love.
Yeah. That's a
No
beautiful
boundaries.
thing, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Love, man, it's something. And then see, to me, Dane, that's the thing that watch what I'm gonna tell you now. Love is the one thing that everybody in this world has been hurt by or gonna be hurt by and
Mhm.
still want it. You get what I'm saying? They
That's it.
still want it. They still go after it. They still,
Mhm.
through past hurts that they don't want it, but everybody wants to be loved, man. And everybody wants to be loved in a real way where somebody will accept them in their entirety, the way that they are. No judgment, it's love, and let that love build them to the next level. You
Right.
see? And real love has to have a bulletproof vest on, Daniel, because when you give the real love away, you're giving it away to people that's not used to it, that's used to synthetic love and lies and games and gimmicks and manipulation, all that stuff that comes with, deceit, greed, everything, betrayal, all that comes with fake love. So when you have the love of Christ in your heart and it's real, and you encounter somebody who desires that, has never seen it in a real way, um, they reject it, they rebuke it, what I'm saying? They run from it at first, and then in time, as you go through the process with them, whoever that person may be or people may be, then they'll begin to see it, and they'll go and self-reflect, or God will deal with them some kind of way and say, "Hey, it's me, it's me." And so you got to get all that out you in order to see that it's Him, and that's when He comes in His beauty of His patience, the beauty of His long suffering, because I understand how you feel, I understand what you went through, but I still got a plan for your life. And watch this, Daniel. God Himself is not going to crack the sky and say, "Here I am. Let me take your hand and let's walk through life together." He sends
No,
a
sir.
person. Yeah,
Right.
he sends a person that He has taken through all kind of unusual things and have gotten them at a broken, most humble place where they like, "All right, here I am, Lord. I'm all yours. I surrender."
Right.
And when He gets you to that place, then He can see you and connect you to the people that He wants to connect you with, and He can use you like that. But
Right.
it comes with just letting it go, man. And once I let it go, Daniel, and realize the real uniqueness and power of it, I mean, it's still to this day blows my mind with just loving myself, looking in the mirror, saying, "Boy, look at you. You
Right.
fearfully and wonderfully made. The Lord is awesome. Go out there and shine for His glory." When
Right.
I used to want to tear a mirror up, man,
Right.
I mean, He's awesome. How He changed your perceptions of yourself, how He give you your esteem, how He brings you to a place where you love yourself and pay it forward.
Here, here's one of my things. How do you battle the frustrations of what God said about you
Yeah.
when people you love can't perceive it properly?
How do you
How
battle?
that like
Uh,
when your intentions are pure, but yet how do you fight not the people but a prayer? Just say a prayer to pray to open people's eyes to the truth of the love of
right.
God.
But to answer your question is you got to attack the issue and not the individual.
Right.
You got to see where they're coming from. And again, what I was telling you, a lot of people see people like, you in that question that you asked from the lens of their history and
Right.
not how you see it. You see,
Mhm.
and what you'll do, you'll exhaust yourself if you keep on trying to perpetuate your perceptions upon people that just refuse to try to understand it.
Right.
You see, so what you got to do is you got to continue to be that example, and you got to have a bulletproof vest on. You got to man up and toughen up, get some tough skin, because it's gonna come at you until they finally get it.
Right.
And then when they finally get it, it's gonna be such a regrettable moment, and you got to just be, you just got to,
Available.
you got to foresee this stuff, Dan. You got to see, okay, I'm gonna take all these blows right now, because I know once God capture you and get your attention and open your eyes up to what I'm trying to do for real, you know, then you're gonna understand that, wow, I was adding to something that I should have been, embracing.
Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
it takes a while for people to get it, man. It takes a while for people to get it, and that's why, if we don't have the real fruits of the spirit in us, man, we'll
Mhm.
we'll we'll, we'll
Yeah.
contribute to this
I'm
that
patient,
place.
you know what I'm saying? But just being honest about how that process actually affects the person who's doing the ministry. A lot of
Yeah,
people talk about that. We
yeah,
talk about the person who we minister to, but how the pain of long suffering, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
It's
in a
tough.
good way, not from the pain of, our past, but I'm talking about our now. And
Yeah,
there's pain that come with obedience to God.
yeah. Certainly, certainly,
So
certainly.
it's like just enduring, man. Like keeping that faith, keeping that hope, this
I
trust.
I was talking with a friend the other day, and I said, I don't know how you're gonna take this, but this is my idea of things. Sometimes I wish God would just that we didn't have the Bible. And sometimes God just disconnect our flesh period. And just we go to sleep and we wake up one day, we in this spiritual
We
euphoria type.
mobile. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We
Mobile.
whole, we there, we good.
It don't work
But
like that, man. I
it
wish. Oh
don't,
my
it
God,
don't,
I
it
wish.
don't. Well, see, when he molds us, the thing about God is when he molds us, we feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real, it hurts.
That
But his
pressure.
whole thing,
That
yeah,
pressure, like,
yeah, his whole thing is he just tried to conform us into the image of his son so that we can continue to reflect his love and his character, you know, on the earth. And man, let me tell you, that's what the battle is, because you know, you just don't want to do it. You got these questions, you got excuses, you know, we got our own desires. It's just a whole lot that comes with the flesh, you
right.
know, our mindset, our attitudes, what we used to. We got to come out of that, and we got to be humble. We got to be. It's a lot with it, man. You know, and so you know, sometimes you just got to trust the process and allow the pain. You got to allow the pain. And me, Daniel, what I do personally, when I feel that frustration, because I feel it, I feel
Right.
that
Everybody
frustration.
do. I don't care who. I believe
Yeah,
everybody.
I get a weight and I get alone and I yell and scream, hoop and holler. You know, my bond with God is I be so real with Him. I don't have the religious, you know, cliche. I don't go with Him with all
Right.
this
That's why
deep
I'm
stuff.
talking about it, because
I
I
come
don't
from
want
the
to
muscle,
pretend
man.
like
I
it
come
be
from
cool when it don't be cool. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
I
that's why I
I
started
come
this show,
from
because I wasn't getting the truth. You know, at
yeah.
church all the time from a lot of people. A lot of people want to be real vulnerable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what he want, man. He want
Yeah.
realness, bro. He don't want all that stuff, you know. He want you. He want you, and he wants your heart and your personality, your characteristic. And what I love about him too, Daniel, like without morals, he works on that behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants you when you out in front of people, shine for me. Now you and your morals, I'm gonna handle that behind the scenes when nobody's looking, when it's just me and you. I'm gonna deal with it my own way.
Now
But
they be
when you
seeing me
out
all
here,
hype and excited on here, but they have no clue what happens off camera. You know,
man,
it's rough sometimes, man.
yeah, and people, yeah, people they see you now, they don't
Mm-hmm.
really understand the process that you had to go through.
Don't have a
And
clue, bro.
when you humble, they take it as a weakness, and they try to take advantage of it. And
I just let
sometimes
them.
you gotta wake up. You can't roll over and play dead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, you gotta just communicate your realness in a loving way. Let them know, look, I ain't always been here now. The man that you know now ain't the man who I once was. God
I
is
ain't
good.
your whole girl know me. She know we playing.
Yeah. Yeah, God is good. You know what I'm saying? You looking at the product of I'm a testimony. I ain't get here on my own now.
For real. And then
Love, niceness and all this stuff. That I ain't always been like this, so don't cross that line now. He's still working with me. And
busting your
sometimes you
head
gotta
and
do
repent tomorrow.
that. You know.
I'm
And
just playing, man. But
yeah, I feel and
I feel
people
like that
but
how you be feeling though, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
so
Yeah.
it's like I'm just happy to be open and honest and be with somebody who understand and connect. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I understand fully. I
But
don't
not
judge
let that
nobody.
consume you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I understand what you went through. I feel you, bro. Like, I definitely understand what anger is like. Like,
Yeah.
people think sometimes people think that's a demon. Like, nah, man, it's you just got emotions.
It's an emotion. It ain't no demon. It's an emotion.
Nah, ain't no demon make me feel like it's you in your nasty words.
Right. Right. That's, see, when it
Like,
comes to man, when it comes to demons and stuff, man, people got all that twist. Demons are not emotions. Demons are assigned assassins sent against you to try to stop you from getting to your place of destiny.
right.
That's it. You know, they ain't gonna
Now, it
waste
might have been
time.
a demon that influenced your mother's decision to try to take your life.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
might
I'm
have been
sure
it.
about that.
That wasn't
Yeah, I'm
emotion.
sure.
That was just pure wicked.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
the emotion is the impact or your reaction to that demonic influence.
yeah,
That's the emotion, or not the reaction to how it made you feel as a
yeah,
person. And it's like overcoming that. So I've been working with a lot of people who understand mental health, who understand the power of counseling,
yeah,
who understand the power of just having somebody to listen. Period.
yeah. So
And who
listen, man.
understand it.
Yeah, I understand. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. I would tell you something my grandmother told me many years ago before she passed, man. Because I had became now you know this is a raw interview, right?
Yeah, and that's
I
how we did.
I
That's it.
had I had I had became very, very promiscuous, but I was looking for my mom through these women. You know, I didn't my dad taught me well, my mom taught me how not to trust a woman. My dad taught me how not to love a woman.
Right,
But I had love. What was crazy is I had love in my heart and I needed love.
right.
You know, I had
You
so
just
much
couldn't
of
get it at home, so you had to hit the streets.
yeah, you know, so I
I know
became
that was
so
my story. I had my first kid when I was 19. I had my first
oh
baby. I was
man.
19 years old, man. So that's
Yeah.
by the grace of God. It would have been way before that, but
Man, I get it. And my
oh,
grandma, she came on the porch one day, man. She was like, she said, baby, you're not gonna find your mama through these women. So you might as well just get all that out you, slow
right,
down, and wait on God to send you somebody. You
right,
know, and you know, I'm still on that journey now, to be honest with you. I'm still coming off of that, just that, because it took so many years for me to get to that place of even just understanding what was she talking about.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And now I got to the place where I understand what she's talking about. I'm allowing myself to get to a place of wholeness, you know, and transparency where whomever he has for me, you know, it'll be what it's supposed to be instead of some fakery, you
right.
know, playing along to get along. It's gonna be real, and we can walk it out together and just destroy the enemy of darkness, man. Just destroy the darkness, not the enemy of darkness. Just
I believe
destroy it.
honestly, me and my wife are going through that process of healing together, but
Yeah,
separately.
yeah, I got
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we both thought we had it together
you. Yeah,
until we got married. In our
yeah,
marriage, you expose everything, any insecurity you got,
yeah.
anything you think there wasn't a problem, it's gonna show up as soon as you say I do.
Yes, sir. Trust
In
me, I
yourself.
know.
No, not in the person, but in you.
Yeah.
I had to learn
And see,
like
most people mess up, Dane, because they don't they don't date to marry. They marry to date.
right,
You get me? They don't sit down and do the necessary things and be willing to go through the necessary process. They just think it's all good because we together, we going on a movie, you
yeah.
know, we doing our thing, whatever we do. It's all
But they
hunky
be
dory
good.
from
They be
together.
real good in the beginning.
Yeah, of course. Everything be good in the beginning. You go on a car lot and buy you a brand new car off the showroom floor. It's good in the beginning.
Uh,
But you know, they ain't gonna tell you that the car gonna have to be maintenance.
you put your 150K on there and
Yeah.
200K on there, and then see you feel
They-
happy.
yeah, they ain't gonna tell you that. You know, the tire gonna break down, you know, the
Yeah.
motor gonna need to be
Brake
changed and
wear
all that.
out, oil got to be changed every so often. Like,
Yeah, so the ride is smooth and fun and exciting at first, but you don't sit down and talk about responsibility. Like, all right, we, you know, we keep on doing it, we're gonna have some kids. And
right.
then
We
we
got
have
a baby the day we got married. We got pregnant the day she got
really
married. We got, yep.
that, that's awesome, man. You
No,
know, look, I'm trying to cheer you up.
no.
He said no.
I'm just telling the truth, man. I wanted to play. I want to have fun.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
DJ shut
That's
it down, boy. We don't be getting to go nowhere. I see me doing my little business thing. My wife, she be so depressed because she can't, like, she be stuck in the house with the baby because I be trying to do the business thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like we still trying to find that balance, man, and just really seeking God for guidance and clarity, and hopefully surround us with some mature couples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we open. Anybody who don't have a biased opinion, who got some advice
Yeah.
to
That's what
help.
y'all need.
I just like, I've been around into a lot of people who got something who be wanting to tear marriages apart. I don't want to talk to y'all.
No, right, right, right. You don't
Nah,
need that.
we don't need it. But there's a lot of people like that. Y'all, you don't deserve that.
Yeah. I've
I
been
want
around
to.
them.
I love my wife. I don't care what the problem is. So
Right.
if you got some way you can help make it stronger and grow, I'm open. I love to grow, man.
Yeah.
So,
I think how many kids y'all got?
well, I had 2 kids before
Okay.
we got married.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
so then we had one together. So now it's 3.
So y'all got 3. And so
I got
when
just a baby boy live with me. The 2 girls live out of town. But they
okay.
just, you know what I'm saying? They still come and hang out a couple months at a time.
All right, gotcha. Well, see, that's still a package, man. When she chose to marry you, it come with
Don't
it.
hurt, man.
So those are hers, you know. Those are y'all kids together.
Yeah.
And she got, you know, it comes with a system. It comes with, you know, communication,
Mhm.
and not to communicate to control or manipulate. Communicate to get a better understanding.
Right.
Like, what are you willing to compromise so that we can move forward and build. Because this is my dream, this is my vision, and you see I'm being effective, but I don't need to, not have half heart of you or half of you, because I think when it comes to marriage, man, because I've been there, done it, okay? But when it comes to marriage, um, both parties have to understand that they are both individuals first.
Right.
They got their own mind, they got their own
That's
emotions,
why I
they got
said
their
together
own.
but separately. Like
Yeah, you
uh,
know. And so when you come together, man, you have to be willing to compromise. Number one, got to be willing to, hey, I love you enough to, we're gonna try it this way. I might not like it, might not feel it, but I'm gonna give it a try and see. And then, I give it a try, see, I start seeing fruits, I start seeing being effectiveness, then I'm like, all right, okay, I'm pushing on as far as I can take you. But
right,
then if it's not fruitful or if it's taken away from us instead of adding from us, then when I step in and have something to say about it, don't try to manipulate it because this is something that you still want to do. You
right,
see it's not working. You know what I mean? You see it's not working. We're losing more than we're gaining, and now we need to go this way.
right.
And that conversation needs to be had, man. Um, you know, um, and when you have that conversation, not just that, just life in general,
Mm-hmm.
goals and ideas and dreams. I don't think most people that get married, Daniel, they don't even sit down and talk about that because they don't understand the real necessity of that. They
Right,
just get together, things happen, and they try to make the best out of their decision.
right.
And
And you can't
so
succeed in
much
yourself,
goes
man. You gotta have a plan, man. I'm learning
Got
that.
to have a plan, man. Got to have a plan. Got to have a plan. And so when people just stop learning, when they stop marrying to date instead of date to marry, it'll be a lot better. Sit down, man. Go through the trials and the tribulations and go through the tests and you
I ain't gonna
know.
lie, man. I be scared, man, because I was nasty, man. I was nasty, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just telling you the truth.
It's
I think
real,
I
bro.
need a
Yeah.
plan, because
Yeah.
it was gonna get the best of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm being honest. I just knew my weaknesses. I'm just transparent about that. Like, I can't be
Man, I'm
out
gonna tell you
here
what changed my
vulnerable.
life, man. I'm gonna
I
tell
need
you.
a woman to cover me,
Yeah.
hold me
Yeah.
accountable. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah.
I like having something to focus my attention on to keep me away from these distractions.
That's it, man.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's what it was for me.
That's it. That's it. I think it's like that for all warriors.
Hmm.
Anybody that have a vision and have a dream, they have to have that one special. I mean, she got to be not perfect, but
No,
she
she
got to be
bad.
perfect
I ain't
for
gonna lie. My
you.
wife quiet on. She on point.
Oh
I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie.
But she got to she has to be willing to listen to you and understand you, and then she got to be willing to, and both it's just vice versa, okay? Both of y'all got to be willing to see each other in different seasons of life. Like how do you handle this? How do you handle? I got to see you in different seasons of life so I can know how to expose my heart on another level. Because the scripture
Right.
said that man, his heart has to safely trust in her. And once his heart safely trusts in her, then he'll go out the way to give her the word. Because there's
Hmm.
just something about that heart with a man, like his heart has to speak. And when his heart speaks, it's so crazy, Daniel, that when his heart speaks, he could be in the most complicated situation. But that heart says, get through it. That's where it is right there.
Right.
And you get through it and you get to it, you know. But man, I think what you're doing, the platform that you have is very excellent. I love your transparency because that's what's going to transform lives. That's what's going to get people to open up because people have a lot to say, Daniel. They've been church hurt, they've been preacher hurt, they've been pastor hurt. I mean,
Oh, that's
it's so much stuff out there, man, in the name of God that people have been
and I like
destroyed.
to allow people to
And
come here and literally talk about that.
yeah, man, I've been through all that.
Because I mean, I used to get on here and just go on my rants, like on the live, they go crazy. Like, I understand it. I get it. It helps.
Yeah, it helps, man.
People criticize people for that. No, that might just save that person.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
can you hear me still? Because I know somebody just tried to call my phone.
yeah, yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. Dang, why they do that? They say those on here. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. So just giving the people that space, man, to come on here and just pour their heart out and talk about, like I'm talking to you about some of my personal stuff. I
Yeah.
want to have that same freedom, keep their space of liberty where they're not going to judge, but they just really can get help.
Yeah, man.
Work of resources and people who really love and encourage people and have the desire to help them,
Yeah.
and are reaping the fruit
Yeah.
because they're applying what they saying to their own life. So I like to
Yeah.
bring successful people on, like who's prospering, like who's reaching certain goals and pinnacles in life because they doing what the Bible said do.
Yeah. That's it.
Not just at church success,
Yeah.
but I'm talking in their life, in their marriages, in their businesses, and they all that.
Yeah.
And their
Yeah.
professional sports career. I met dudes in the league the other day, super humble dude. He was so humble, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
would know the guy legit because he was so down to earth. Like you think he'd be like, I'm that guy, Nah, he wasn't like that. I man love Jesus, bro. That's how I believe. That's why he
For
reached.
real.
He reached.
Yeah.
So I love being around people like that, man, who just humble and they love God and they love people. But yeah, it's successful. I love that. I love it.
That's what it's about, man. See, me, the higher God takes me, the more humble I am. Like
Yeah.
that's just how I am, man. Because I'm like, oh man, I know what you brought me from, and I know what I had to fight. I still fight every day, Daniel. It's always a fight. My fight now is it's not how people see me. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not how people see me because I get that this is the glory of God, and I've been trying to find ways to make sure He gets His glory.
Right.
So it's not self-esteem anymore. Is my thing is my family. It's like, all right, when you got to this place now, I get it. Come on in and let's eat together.
Right.
And they don't want to. They don't know how to. They're afraid to face me. They think, I'm retaliating. I'm like, nah, come on, it's real.
Right.
And that's the burden that I carry because I love my family dearly, man. And I want them to just come on in and see it for what it is and be a part of something beautiful. But instead, they're running and they're living in guilt and shame and all that. And I'm like, you're wasting your time because God is real and He's amazing. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out how I can, retaliate on you when I sit down and think about how awesome He's been to me. Like God could have been wiped me out a long time
That's
ago.
always been strange to me how people who don't know nothing about your past can see the light in you. But the people who see the changes that took place in your life and dare to experience what God been doing for you don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it is.
That's
Yeah,
strange. I'm like,
yeah,
I used to be like off my
yeah,
rocker. I used to be tripping out here like,
yeah,
and I'm like
yeah,
here chilling, smiling, connecting with people, not isolated, not super overly socially awkward like I was.
yeah.
I still
Like,
am sometimes, but the fact
most
that I
of my
was just
family,
brave enough to come out and I wasn't like that. I used to be shy, man.
for real,
What?
yeah.
I be about to
Believe it
kill
or not,
myself at
Daniel,
a
I used to
party.
stutter a lot.
Anybody had to dance, somebody talking to somebody? What? No. No,
I used to
sir.
stutter a lot, man. I didn't know how to read or write till I was like 17. I didn't
Come
know how to do
on,
nothing.
man.
I used to
Now
stutter a
you write
lot.
books. Oh, yeah. Hey, we only got a few minutes, bro. Like, actually, kind of got to go to
I,
work. Tell me about your book. I want to hear about that. Like,
okay, well, look, man, I had ended up going to prison. I had a life sentence when I was in prison, and I thought I was going to spend the rest of my natural life in there. So the only way I could release my pain was just writing. So I
right.
started writing like crazy, and God started putting everything about my life, pieces of it, where it made sense. He started putting it together.
Uh-huh.
So long story short, I wrote the book, um, and miraculously I got out, had my life sentence reduced, and I got out, and I got the book published. And man, it's been a humbling journey, man, for me because I never knew how to read or write. My father used to. We don't read in his family, We ain't for the write in his family. So
He
homework
tripping,
wasn't a
man.
hobby. Homework wasn't a hobby. It was hatred for us. So anyway, I went to prison, man, and that was God literally taught me everything. He taught me how to read in prison. He taught me how to write. I fell in love with writing, and now I love to read. And it's crazy. I'm an
Right.
author of my own book, man, and I love to write. And
That's a beautiful, man. That's a beautiful story, bro.
yeah,
Like, That's dope. It's literally a transformation. It ain't just being a good person and being a bad person. No, it's like you see progress in your personality, like in your skill sets, your talents and gifts and abilities, and like purpose is birth
Yeah.
from nothing.
From nothing, man.
Nothing, bro. They don't understand, like,
Nah.
nothing. Didn't have a
Nothing.
clue. I remember the day where I'm like, I do not know what to do with my life. I just want to die. Like, I really wanted to kill myself, bro. I didn't know. I really didn't believe that God had enough for me because I had been through so much crap. I'm like, why am I still here? It's like everybody I got connected to, I either hurt them or they hurt me.
Yeah.
Like, it would be better. People literally would have been better off if I was dead. I really believe that in my heart.
Wow.
You know, that's where I got to be. Like, that's where I was at.
Yeah. I can relate.
Like, I never seen nobody, like, I feel like I didn't benefit from any relationship with anybody. Like, not free friends. I always had my triggers go off and I fight my friends. Like, I remember beating on my best friend on the whole planet, bro.
Wow.
Like, and I felt like a terrible person.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what it
so, but then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go get high. I'm gonna forget about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, forget, like, that didn't even happen. I'm like, forget, you know.
Yeah.
But I had to reach out to him. I got back in touch with him not too long ago.
Y'all good?
Yeah, solid.
Good.
That's the homie.
Good.
He understood because he had some daddy. His daddy was real abusive, so he kind of be capping off at the fight. He had his moments too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I was provoked with. But understand, we understood each other. We understand what the devil played in that situation.
Man, that's awesome. Look at that, man.
But he actually moved to China.
Okay.
He lives in China, so he's actually over there as a believer in a communist country.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like he had a journey. He think we've been rejected. He get rejected. They don't do that over there. Anyway, yeah,
I
man,
know it for sure because I've been to China over there, man. I've been to China. I've been to China.
It's different. They don't talk about Jesus.
No, man. And I had to go over there and speak. They put me when I went over there. They put me on the stage and they lifted it from the bottom like 4 feet in the air so the people won't reach at me and grab me.
They can snatch it out and beat you in the street.
They were coming for me, man. I'm steady blowing that trumpet. They didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, but I love stuff like that.
People did though.
I'm very radical, man. Like, I like seeing angry folks when I preach.
Yeah. Yeah. A few people was with it, but most of the crowd wasn't, man. They were like,
Exactly. But you're gonna have a few. I like the one that don't want to hear it. That's the one I want to connect with on a personal level.
Yeah.
Like, I love those people. Love them.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because they've been hurt. That's all it is. That's all it is. They've been hurt by somebody who said the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
But where can we find your book? Can you download it, or is it something that you only have physical copies?
Right now they're online, man. They're on every online book.
I prefer ebooks. That's what I'm happy. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But they on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay. Can you, after this, after we get up here, can you post a link in the comments?
I sure can.
Yeah, because I want to share that for you, man.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm honored.
I want to order. I'm gonna check it out. I want to hear the whole story. I know we ain't have a whole lot of time, but I want to go and I want to hear details. It's interesting because it's like I can relate to so many levels. Like, it's not the exact same thing, but it was the exact same, similar pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Similar.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see how you overcame all the detail behind, like the family dynamics.
Yeah.
The secrecy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's there was a lot of lies told in my family.
Wow.
Covering up to try to make it better, but not really. We could have got through this a long time ago. We just talked about it.
Right. Exactly.
You delayed my process. I had to go through you had to go through all your 10 years of your life angry.
Yeah.
When you could have been on the process of forgiveness if you actually know what would happen.
Yeah, right. Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
But God is a redeemer of time. I learned that.
Yeah.
Will take something 10 years to mess up. He can fix it in a minute. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10-minute conversation.
You also like that, bro.
Huh?
I'm telling He awesome
Yeah,
like that. That's
yeah.
him.
But I'm excited, man. I want to meet you one day. You right up the street for real. You ain't about
Okay.
3, 4 hours away.
All right, we can connect.
Yeah, we can link up, man. Get some, eat something, man.
Man, I'd love to.
Yeah. So I thank you for coming on, man. I'll bring you back on if you wanna. I'm big into. I love marketing, stuff
Okay.
like that. So if you
Yeah.
want to do like a event where you come speak on your book or something, we
Okay.
can find out like a little small setting. We can invite some people out so you can come tell your story, man. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something. I just like doing stuff like that. That's just what I do. Like that's my thing.
Well,
That's a hobby for me. Just
let's
doing.
do it, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad we connected. Grateful we crossed paths.
yeah. Let's make it work, man. I want more people, more and more. Whoever can hear it, need to hear it because it blessed me today, man.
Awesome, man. Thank
So,
you. I'm humble. I'm humble.
man, we know it's Jesus, man. You know that. Man, you know what's going
Grateful,
on.
man.
You
Oh,
know,
great.
you don't gotta have no shame, like no, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
God.
grateful. Man.
It's the
I'm
glory.
grateful.
It's the glory of God, man. So
Yeah.
that's how it's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
He said your current affliction isn't even worthy to be compared to the glory that's to be showed through you. Just
That's
embrace
it,
it.
man.
It's just
Yeah.
embracing it.
Yeah.
So just expect it. Don't be surprised when God be God in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, man.
Love you, man. I'm happy I met you. Tell Aisha I'll holler at her later. Nefertiti, I
Okay.
can't wait to talk to you. That's my wife's name.
Okay.
So we're
Tell
gonna
I
touch
said hi.
work. We're gonna be working some communication stuff. I'm
Okay. Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
apply. I'm gonna apply everything that you said today, like on another, you know what I'm saying, to the highest degree if possible. And
Yeah. It's worth it, man. It's
I
worth it.
believe that.
It's real. It's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna let you go, man. Hey, y'all go follow Live with Daniel Aaron Sullivan. Uh, so you get notified when we go live when we're doing these events. I hope to bring on a lot more people from all over. If you know, hey bro, if you know anybody else who has an interesting story, tell them about
Okay.
it. I'll bring them on. I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't have no. It's for everybody. It's an open platform, man.
All
So
right. I certainly will, man. I got you.
they're authentic. They love God. And they don't mind telling the truth. You know, I'm open. I'm open.
Got you.
It's all love over here, man. Hey,
Got you.
please talk to y'all later. All right. Hey,
All right. Much love, man.
you too, man.